All right. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid 90% of your relationship issues. And it's all about how women communicate problems. And I'm making this video because I just keep getting on calls with men and hearing like, if she had told me, she didn't tell me this. I had no idea it was this bad. There was no indication. It just came out of the blue. And yes, I get it. She did not sit with you and say, hey, you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And it's making me feel like A, B, and C. And if you don't fix these things, I'm going to leave in the next 6 months. Yes, she didn't communicate with you like that. And she will never communicate with you like that. That's how even the most evolved men may talk to each other. That's how you talk in a business environment. That's not how people communicate in relationships. Definitely not how women communicate in relationships. Chances are, like, if she's a very emotionally intelligent and mature woman, she may be able to move closer to that spectrum to communicate clearly with you. But if you're dealing with that, you're probably not even watching this video, in all fairness. So let's talk about what happens on the rest of it. Because even that woman, if she is to a point where she's frustrated, upset, and has just been putting up with this for too long or just given up, will likely communicate in these other methods, which is blame, complaints, shaming, passive aggressiveness. Once you're experiencing communicating like this, you have to shift into hearing what's being communicated underneath. And if you can listen to what she's saying and find those needs that are underneath, then you're on the path of actually recovering and fixing things. But as long as you focus on that surface level complaint, since like, oh, I don't take out the trash enough, so I'm going to start taking out the trash. It's not about the trash. It will never be about the trash. It's about what that trash represents, which is not feeling taken care of, not feeling supported, feeling like she's on her own, not feeling like a priority, things like that. So the 3 ways that women will typically communicate, and it's kind of a progression. So we talk about like she's good and a good place, emotionally intelligent. She's probably going to communicate in request. And there's almost like a light and shadow side to each of these. So she'll communicate in direct requests, which could look like, hey, can you do this for me? Or, when you do this, I feel good. Can you do more of it? Or like the light side of those. The shadow side of that tends to be passive aggressiveness. Be like, well, you never do this anymore, so I'm not like I can ask you to do this anyways. That's like a passive aggressive request, right? The next one just comes in complaints, which is like kind of like what I said before, but it's really like, you never do this, you never do that. A lot of nevers come here, or why didn't you do this? Why you leave this all to me? A lot of that, when her requests aren't met, it tends to devolve down into complaints, right? And then from complaints, once she stops complaining, she'll tend to shut down. When the requests don't work, when the complaints don't work, then it goes to shut down, and she just gives up. This is when you really need to be concerned, because she shuts down. That's her saying, I don't believe you will ever try to meet my needs. I'm not going to waste my breath. I don't believe you ever will change. I give up. Because those complaints, you can also reframe as her saying, hey, I know that you are capable of more than this. So I am, in my very twisted way, saying to you that I need you to step up. I need you to do these things for me to feel good in our relationship. You can reframe any complaint into that, and that will take you from a place of feeling attacked to almost being uplifted. Like, I find when I listen to my partner doing that, I feel better. Like, I feel like, oh, this is an opportunity. I see those complaints as opportunities to step up my game. It's like, oh, crap, there's an area that I'm not performing. I've let slip. Cool, I'm on it. If you can take that mentality, it becomes so much easier to move through these, and you stop taking it personally. And you can just like, cool, I got it. No problem. But it takes composure. It takes being non-reactive. It takes listening, not taking it personally, all these things. But if you can do it, the rewards are immense, and all these surface level issues in the relationship just go away, because it's never about that anyways. So this is a great place to start inside of your relationship. Like, if you're having problems, you can just start by reframing any conflict and any complaint as an opportunity to step up, listen for the need, resolve it as best you can, and just notice what happens. Because if anything else, it will change your behavior pattern from being defensive, reactive, angry, dismissive, stonewalling, invalidating, all those things that we do as men that just shut her down and pushes her away. It will help you avoid that, which in and of itself will put you ahead of so many more men in this journey of recovering your relationship. And if you want more support, I'm going to include a link to my argument diffusal guide, which is a great PDF that will just dive deeper into these topics and really support you. Awesome. All right, that's what I have for you today. Talk to you in the next video. With love.